Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the awards ceremony of the third edition of the European Defence Challenge, which is organized in the frame of the Assets Plus project. My name is Dorota Stadnicka. I have a pleasure to work at Rzeszów University of Technology, who is the organizer of the third edition of this challenge. The challenge was conducted in collaboration with the other Assets Plus project partners. I would like to thank all the partners involved in the challenge organization, seminars preparation and delivery, as well as review process of the proposals submitted by the students. I also would like to thank all associated stakeholders and external defense experts who engaged in the dissemination process of the challenge, who shared their experience during the webinars and also supported us in the review process. The topic of this edition of the challenge was security, threats identification and defense strategies, and how much this topic is important for Europe, for defense. We will hear again today from Andreas Schweiger. But before Andreas will start his presentation, I will show you the agenda of today's meeting. So as you can see, just after the speech of Andreas, we will present the finalist of the third edition of the challenge. We have also special prize for young students. So we will present the team of young students who will receive Young Student Award. After that, we will open the next edition of the challenge, which will be presented by Irene Spada, who represents University of Pisa, who is the organizer of the next edition of European Defence Challenge. Finally, Professor Gualtiero Fantoni, coordinator of the Assets Plus project, will present the final remarks. As I already said, the European Defence Challenge is organized in the frame of the Assets Plus project, which is Alliance for Strategic Skills Addressing Emerging Technologies in Defense. The aim of the project is to build a sustainable human resources supply chain for the European defense industry. The project and the challenge are very important for several reasons. First of all, we explore emerging trends in technologies and identify skills expected by industry in the area of robotics, autonomous systems, cybersecurity, C4E and artificial intelligence. We design new education and training programs in close collaboration with big players from defense industry and European universities. We also propose a European defense qualification system after careful study of pedagogical and technical aspects to ensure that our offer is in line with educational requirements as well as with industrial needs. In Assets Plus project, we have applied complex methodology to make the best use of the latest knowledge and technologies. Assets Plus methodology, among others, includes big data analysis of technical and scientific documents, holistic and future-oriented brainstorming sessions, assessment by partners and associated stakeholders, and validation by industrial experts. We also have monitoring trends in technologies development and needs identification. We use blended learning and industry involvement in the teaching process, and so on. And of course, we have this challenge for the European students. The main goal of the challenge is to engage young talents in Europe development and create defense awareness among them. We have invited undergraduate and graduate students from European universities and vet schools to take a part into this contest. We were following the timeline presented on the slide. We have opened the challenge already in June 2022 to give students time to think about the topic. In June, we also organized for the students a seminar on cybersecurity, which were delivered by our cybersecurity experts from the Charles III University of Madrid and University of Seville. Then in October, for the launch event, we have invited experts from European Commission, universities and industry who were talking about, first of all, importance of European security for stable future, about status of the employment in defense sector, importance of challenge for European security and benefits for participating students in this challenge, and they gave the students some hints about the topic. We have also invited winners of the previous edition from Royal Military Academy to exchange their experience and motivations. Then we have organized a series of seminars for students to discuss, for example, security issues from industry point of view, the most important aspects related to the preparation of a good proposal, importance of critical thinking implementation in the proposal preparation process, and literature review methodology. Finally, during the webinar with experts from defense, we focused our discussion on different areas in which threats can be identified. The areas are such as space, aviation, maritime, cybersecurity, supply chain, and so on. In response to the main challenge question about what threats exist in Europe and what defense strategies can be adopted in relation to them, students presented their opinions in one-page reports referring to areas such as cybersecurity, aerospace, maritime, space, and so on. From the submitted proposal, we have extracted top 30 technologies, among which we can find drones, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, blockchain, 5G, and so on. In further technologies co-occurrence analysis, we have discovered additional important aspects that were presented by the students, such as, for example, data management, control system, fuzzy logic, communication tools, operating system, real-time analysis, and so on. The proposals submitted by the students from European universities went through the review process. Each proposal has been reviewed by at least 3 independent reviewers, academics, industry experts, and defense experts, coming from organizations presented on the slide. So you can see big names here. The best works passed to the second stage of the challenge, and the students have been invited to develop their proposals into 10-page essays presenting threats and defense strategies, being elaborated taking into account relevant technological, economic, environmental, social, ethical, as well as political aspects. The results of the review of the proposals submitting during the second stage of the challenge allowed us to choose the finalists, who we will present today. Then we will indicate the winners. For the winners, the partners of Assets Plus Consortium prepared some prizes, such as one-day visit in European Union institutions, and meetings with defense stakeholders in Brussels, meeting with human resources managers in companies from defense industry, technology-related gifts, and diplomas. However, the most valuable prize is the recognition of the winners as valuable young talents who can have influence for future of Europe. Now, It's time for the speech of Andreas Schweiger. Andreas, are you with us? Andreas will talk about security from a defense industry point of view and the benefits of the challenge for industry. Andreas is system architect and represents Airbus Defense and Space. Andreas, you can share your screen.
Okay, thank you very much, Dorota, for passing on the stage to me. So I try to share my presentation, which I have prepared. I hope that everything is working fine. So Dorota, can you just confirm that you see my slide deck?
Yes, we can see your slide.
Okay, that's great. So as I have already been introduced, I am working for Airbus Defense and Space, and I will jump immediately into the topic because there is not so much time and I do not want to exceed my assigned time slot. So my talk is about cybersecurity in defense and why it is important for us as a company to join this European Union project. So I am going to start with an overview of a future combat scenario as we assume it for the future. There is no need to read the text on this slide, just follow what I am telling you. So here in this scenario, we see several assets. It just doesn't matter where these assets are located. However, what is important, these assets need to communicate with each other. So in the center of this figure, you see some air combat cloud, which connects all of these assets together. However, this is going to be a dynamic scenario. So we will lose some assets in the network, some others might join. So there is a highly dynamic environment, and this in turn produces cybersecurity issues. This is just supposed to be a teaser. So this gives you the overall picture of what's going to come in the next few minutes. So I would like to shed some light onto several building blocks we as a company are currently working on. Of course, first and foremost, cybersecurity is really definitely important to us and will be more important in the future. Until now, our main countermeasure was physical security. So we have locked the assets during night into the shelters and nobody was allowed to access. However, when we take into account all the connectivity, which I was already mentioning, and in addition, the complexity of the overall scenarios, the potential threat vectors will increase, and also on several system levels. So when I'm talking about system levels, this means we need to take into account cybersecurity on each and every asset itself, but also when we have a look at them in a connected way. How can security threats arise? The first one which comes into mind is if there is a vulnerability or weakness in the supply chain. We as a system integrator do not develop all components on our own, but outsource the development of some of them. And we have to make sure that during the supply chain, nothing goes wrong and no security vulnerabilities are introduced. In order to build cyber-secure systems, we need to take into account development processes in particular. Up to now, Safety was our most important focus. However, certification authorities and also customers are requiring, in addition to safety, also security. So we need to bring safety and security development processes together. For both of these processes, we have got a lot of standards around, but the challenge is in bringing those development processes together. In a highly dynamic scenario, as I presented you in the first slide, we need to reduce the workload of the operators. Therefore, we are going to introduce artificial intelligence. This could be used, for example, for automatic object recognition and for helping the pilots and the operators for seeing the overall situational awareness. However, adversarial examples might be used in order to deceive the artificial intelligence to see something completely different. Sometimes only very slight changes in the input data makes the artificial intelligence convinced that it is dealing with something completely different. So I'm talking about changing only a few pixels, which cannot be perceived by humans, but lead the AI into a completely different direction. However, all of this brings additional effort with it because we can certify our aircraft only if we show complete determinism to the certification bodies. However, artificial intelligence is, well, not always deterministic, as I have presented you by referring to adversarial examples. It gets even more complicated if we are taking into account autonomous operation. I've been talking about many assets in the air. Some of them are operated by crews, some others are operated completely autonomously. And if such an asset is acting completely on its own, we have to make sure that the output of its decision making is always reasonable. And this might also open up security threats. And finally, in order to get the artificial know its environment, we have to train it. And this means we have to, well, in order to reach good enough quality, we have to spend really a vast amount of resources. It takes a very long time in order to get to the required quality. And our challenge is to reduce this training overhead. I've pointed you already to the dynamic nature of this network, and this means that we need to introduce cognitive networks. This means that the network is acting on its own while taking into account the available network bandwidths. However, this also opens cybersecurity issues because some other parties might be eavesdropping or might pretend to be some particular actor while this party is actually a completely different actor. So of course this introduces cybersecurity threats as well. Dorota was also referring to quantum computing already. This is also something that we need to take into account because once quantum computers become available, our encryption and decryption, or in general cryptography algorithms have to be so strong to make sure that they are not threatened by quantum computers. However, embedded systems have usually very limited resources, but post-quantum cryptography usually requires a high computational overhead. So we have the challenge to bring these two issues together. In order to get there, I've already mentioned that there is a lot of complexity. We need to reduce the complexity. We have usually really a bunch of legacy tools. However, we would like to go to a seamless development process. And in order to get there, we need to specify all the artifacts in an ambiguous way. Otherwise, if this is not done in an unambiguous way, then we might also introduce some security issues. For example, by introducing a wrong system design and finally implementing this implement the design incorrectly in software. At this level, formal methods might help. However, in order to deal with these, we really need expert knowledge. I've already touched upon life cycle models. This means that during time or during the development process, requirements might change. For example, new weaknesses or vulnerabilities become known. Therefore, the requirements for the system might change during the development process. Up to now, we have been using V-model or static V-model processes, which we did not change over time. However, we need to come up with agile processes in order to deal with changing requirements. Yes, this gave you a very quick overview of which technology building blocks we are currently working on. This last slide is dedicated in particular to you students. I would like to highlight a few bullet points why we are involved in Assets Plus and why this is really of very important to us. So we view ABBAS as a software company. This is because software drives permanent and rapid innovation in all of our products and also services. And well, what we offer beyond this, we offer really exciting aerospace context. So at our site where I am working, we have got regular flights, test flights carried out. So it's really very excited to work directly where the product is also living. So we are currently really looking forward for highly motivated and talented young people. This means we have got, next to this cooperation, we have got many other university cooperations, including also PhD programs. The purpose of all of this is to transfer the latest knowledge and technology to industry. Unfortunately, my expertise is that this transfer is really quite slow, so we have to accelerate this transfer. And this is in particular possible by strengthening the footprint by personal relationships. And this is the reason why I'm also here presenting today. So from my point of view, personal relationships is really very important in order to get in touch with some company. So we are looking for really a lot of curious and also enthusiastic people. Now you might question, am I curious enough? Am I enthusiastic enough? Yes, you are. Why is that? Because you have taken part in this challenge. And only the fact that you have taken part in this challenge raises my interest in your CV, for example, and because it shows me that you are thinking out of the box. You are not doing your university stuff only, but you're taking part in additional programs. So this is for me a proof that you are really highly motivated. It doesn't really matter which score you are going to reach in this challenge. However, everyone wants to win. Okay, that's fine. However, don't be too disappointed, because only the fact that you are participating in this project makes you very interesting for us as Airbus, for us as a company. And I would like to encourage you to keep that momentum. Even if you are not the winner today, please don't be disappointed, but keep on going, strive for enthusiasm, be hungry all the time, try to soak up all the knowledge that you can get. And I think what you have done in your project proposals points exactly in this direction. So please keep that momentum. And I have seen all the project proposals. Many of them are exactly in the direction that I have been talking about today. So you're absolutely on the right track. So please keep this momentum, and so you will also be very successful in your professional life afterwards. So I think that was the last slide. So I'd like to thank Dorota again for giving me the honor to do a presentation, to present our company. And please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. If you are curious about what technology projects we are doing, what my business day looks like, so please get in touch with me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Andreas. It was very interesting presentation, and you said everything what is really the most important. You have presented very interesting future for us. We see very clearly that we really need talented and engaged young people. And this is very important that what you said, that industry knows about all students who submitted their proposals to the challenge. And
Yes.
this is something important.
Yeah, just let me just add one final sentence. So before this presentation, I just arrived home from university because I am lecturing at university. Why am I doing this? Because I would like to keep in touch with universities, with students, and I am yes, fostering this personal relationship, because this is the most important thing. So thank you very much again.
Nice. It is also very important that young talented people are expected not only by industry but also by universities. We need also young people to do their PhD, to stay at the university, to do the research. So all the Assets Plus partners are looking very carefully to the students who submitted their proposals to the challenge. Not only to the best ones, but to all of them. So thank you again, Andreas, for this very nice presentation. And I think that now we can go to present our finalists. So I will share my screen again. I know that everybody is already stressed a little bit. Okay. From all of the students who submitted the work, we have decided to choose a group of students who submitted very good proposals. It was very difficult to choose, so this group of finalists is quite big because the works are very well and they have been assessed as very good by our reviewers. So, who are the finalists? Elise Eckstein and Ambre Feg, who submitted the work on developing a European green hydrogen market. Stefan Ursu and Jan Beihel, who submitted the work on the European Reconnaissance Space-Based Infrastructure, RC1. Antoine Briot and Estelle Moquero, who submitted the work on a combat cloud to strengthen European sovereignty and improve data management in hybrid conflicts. Alice Lebon and Mathilde Conogan, who submitted the work on a metaverse for defense. Antonio Fernandez Daibar and Jesus Equino Blanco, who submitted the work on the use of statistical methods and big data to fight organized crime. Pierrette Rowe and Benjamin Duchiron, who submitted the work on IMAT S2, Interoperability, Maritime Defense and Security System. Abigail Machaj and Alicja Siekanowicz, who submitted the work on securing manages using HIT. Félix Offray and Louis Axel Riquier, who submitted the work on the Pantheon project for a European unmanned anti-drone system. And Antoine Lebré and Sarah Joron, who submitted the work on CBER, strengthening European autonomy, building European resilience. It was my pleasure to present you our finalists. From this group of finalists, we have chosen the winners. I'm going to present you the winners just right now. Before that, I would like to welcome on our event also the university representatives, Professor Adriana Maria Toston-Diez and Professor Julián Alfonso González Rodríguez from Centro Universitario de la Guardia Civil from Spain, Professor Sami Maki from Science Polil, Professor Czesław Jasiulewicz and Professor Sławomir Wolski from Rzeszów University of Technology. These are university representatives from universities where our finalists are studying. So now let's go to see who are the winners. Please be prepared because I can say your name and you should be ready to present your idea in your proposals, which you have submitted. Okay, are you ready? The third place goes to Spain, to Antonio Fernandez Aybar and Jesus Eguido Blanco. The topic of the proposal is the use of statistical methods and big data to fight organized crime. Antonio and Jesus, congratulations. Are you with us?
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. It's our pleasure to see that you are one of the winners. Congratulations again. Now you have your 5 minutes to say about your proposal. So tell us why the use of statistical methods and big data is so important to fight organized crime. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So this proposal was presented to us by the University Center of the Civil Guard. And at first, we wanted to know which ones were going to be the priorities we were going to fight against. So for that, we used the European Multidisciplinary Platform Against Crime Threats, which sets priorities for the fight against crime in the European Union. So once we had that base, we both agreed that we wanted to talk, or we wanted our proposal to be more focused on prevention, but also on reaction. So in the way that we wanted to prevent that type of crimes, we decided that an statistical method was the best way. And doing a research on the different methods that were in the market or that were going that are being used in other organizations or even in different enterprises. We agree that big data was the best one because of its self-learning and that it is developing every day more and more. So that's why we chose that. And now my partner Jesus is going to talk more about specific other things.
Well, first of all, thank you for considering us the one of the best works. It is a big pleasure for us. We would like to thank as well the support to our University Center, Lieutenant Alfonso, and the priceless help of Major Adriana, who believed in us from the beginning and encouraged us from the very first moment we contacted her. We strongly believe that that EMPACT, the European Multidisciplinary Platform Against Criminal Threats, is the European flagship against organized crime. So we wanted, first of all, to make a try to make it even better, because this year its budget has increased and a new cycle is going to take place. But in second place, we also wanted to promote it because it is a little bit sad that it is a very interesting platform, a very effective platform, and it is not as well known as it deserves. Our work reinforces the need to make EMPA the European flagship in the fight against organized crime. And we also hope to improve the awareness on security, which is no longer an isolated factor and in which we can play individual roles without cooperation. There will not be success without multidisciplinary cooperation and comprehensive approach. And that's all by now. Thank you very much. And that's all by us.
Thank you very much. It was a very good decision to choose this topic because it was appreciated by our reviewers. So congratulations again. Maybe representative of the university would like to say something?
Good morning. Yes, for the University Center of the Civil War has a body attached to the Carlos University of the Madrid. We want to thank the organization of the European Defense Challenge for the opportunity for our students to share this type of experience that helps them to have a vision more global of the European Union defense and security. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to you for having so good students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's time to go to the second place. Second place goes to the students from Germany and Romania. This is a team consisted of Stefan Ursu and Jan Beihel.
We are honored for receiving this prize.
Stefan, you are with us. Jan is with you as well.
Yeah, he's here.
Nice. Stefan and Jan submitted the proposal on the European Reconnaissance Space-Based Infrastructure, RC1. So tell us a little bit about what is this?
So as we know, early threat detection systems are critical for national security, and they are dependent also on satellite technology. Unfortunately, conventional satellites are vulnerable to multiple threats, especially counter space vulnerabilities. And we wanted to try a new approach. And our approach proposes the usage of nanosatellites. And we think that nanosatellites, due to their low dimension and low cost, can afford the development on large constellations with a high coverage that can be used for a more resilient system. RC1 is a concept for a European project, and we hope that our ideas would improve in that direction for the development of better and more reliable early threat detection systems. In our proposal, we also identified key technologies for the development on such satellites, and we also discussed about the socioeconomic and political aspects of such a project, which my partner will discuss.
Okay, Jan, are you with us? We cannot see you yet. At least I cannot. You are? Okay. So, Jan, would you like to add something? You have to switch on your microphone. Okay, probably we will hear you now. No, we cannot. So maybe, Stefan, in the meantime, you would like to add something. It was very difficult to prepare the proposal, to keep the deadlines.
Yeah, it was very fun. So we had the opportunity to learn about a lot of things. We are both studying mechanical engineering, and we had the opportunity to dip a little bit into other domains such as electrotechnic or even political aspects, and to study a little bit about the European ecosystem.
It's very nice. Let's check if Jan can already add something. No. No, it's okay. Maybe we will have a few minutes at the end of the event. Maybe you will solve your problem with the microphone. Let's go to the first place. The first place goes to France. But to whom exactly? Let's check. To Antoine Lebray and Sarah Joron. Bravo.
Hi, good morning. Thank you.
Morning.
It's a great honor to present our project, our cyber project. So with Antoine, we decided to propose something to better protect the physical part of the cyber, so submarine cables. We chose that because it has a transnational dimension. So it's a great opportunity to rely on a greater and a deeper EU coordination. And as the EU is not tackling this issue that much for now, we decided to propose something to do so. So to better identify the threat and develop risk mitigation measures, we propose the elaboration of a software with a set of recommendations. So maybe let me first talk about the software, and then Antoine will present the recommendations. So what we propose is a shared and interactive platform where all the relevant actors will be able to register. So it includes EU agencies, but also states, sea users, and private companies working in the field. CIBER offers a predictive, preventive, and informative tool. And as submarine cables are a strategic concern, information filtering will be ensured with different accesses, but also different interfaces based on the nature of the user. CIBER will enable different things. So on the one hand, rapid awareness of incidents, but also improved identification of risky areas, and thus a reduction of the number of accidents on submarine cables, which are until now the first cause of cable cuts. And finally, a better public and private coordination. So now I let the floor to Antoine for the recommendation, and thank you again.
Thank you, Sarah. Antoine, you are with us.
Yeah, I'll take over from Sarah just to go for the recommendations. We reviewed center preoccupations to be tackled. First, we suggest to ensure better cooperation and greater coordination among relevant European institutions. It means to create a structure working as a talking space between relevant institutions and gather actors' knowledge and capacities. Develop also a specific legal framework dedicated to this issue, and only this one. So it means to apply to this common dynamic sort of a relevant framework to harmonize monitoring procedures, sharing information, and so on. Elevating the level of awareness regarding the importance of protecting submarine cables. So it means a clear change in strategic culture and make the issue of submarine cables to become a real core concern through dedicated events and political action in different ways. To make it short, improving landing station security, because they are a clear vulnerable point and probably not sufficiently secure. So it would be relevant to engage serious discussions about the cyber and physical protections of the fostering international cooperation, because all of this clearly highlights and underlines the importance of sharing information and ramping up cooperation with the Union's strategic partners. First of all, Great Britain and also Nordic countries and so on. So here we're done. I hope that this paperwork will make it, and just, yeah, it aims at being a first and broad contribution to the huge challenges that we currently face in this field, and would like to thank warmly all those who contributed to the challenge, and thanks to everyone for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Sarah. Your proposal has been recognized as the best one, so congratulations again. This elaboration, this essay was very nice prepared. We see that you have to spend much time on this, so we are very proud of you. Congratulations. Now, thank you very much, Antoine. Thank you very much, Sarah. Now, let's go to the last team. Young Student Award goes to Poland, to Abigail Machaj and Alicja Ciekanowicz. Bravo.
Yes. Yes,
they are 18 years old and 19 years old students, very young students, and they submitted the work on securing messages using HIT. It's my pleasure to see you on our event. So tell us something about your idea.
Okay, so to start with, in the present era, particularly in times of conflict, the challenge of safeguarding the flow of messages is daunting. Despite the continuous development of novel approaches to ensure the security of information, cybercriminals relentlessly devise new tactics to breach these defenses. Indeed, creating an unsustainable solution to this predicament seems nearly impossible. Our proposed solution involves using HIT as a secure access key to an internet system. The system is designed to provide an improved method of encrypting sensitive data, thereby enhancing the overall security of the system.
So the website will generate numerical values that will serve as the basis for the access key. The header, which will have the same internal programming as the website, will convert the numerical values generated by the website into a corresponding temperature value using a specific algorithm. Once the heater generates the corresponding temperature value, it will be connected to a pendrive-like device. The connection will initiate the transformation of the initial numerical value into a unique access key, different from the initial numerical value.
To summarize, the proposed solution will involve the use of two devices, namely the website and the heater, both of which will operate using the same algorithm. The website will generate numerical values, while the heater will convert these values into temperature values. The heater will then use these temperature values to generate a unique access key that will differ from the initial numerical value. The implementation of this proposed solution will significantly improve the security of sensitive data transmitted through the Internet system. The use of heat as an access key provides an innovative approach to encryption, making it challenging for cybercriminals to break the code. Additionally, the use of unique access key that is different from the initial numerical value ensures an extra layer of security, further protecting the integrity of sensitive data. The proposed solution has the potential to revolutionize the field of data security, and particularly in military and civil facilities, where the safety of information is paramount.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this explanation. Our audience could listen about your idea. And now I would like to ask maybe Professor Czesław Jasiulewicz or Professor Sławomir Wolski would like to say something.
Good morning to everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
First of all, congratulations for our students for such success. And after the presentation of the beginning of this meeting, I would like to congratulate to all finalists and also to all participants for taking up the challenge at all. But all in all, this is a good news for the future, especially for our university teachers. Now they will know how much they can demand from students. It's a joke, of course. Once more, congratulations for all our students and all participants of this challenge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Congratulations to all the winners. And I see that Professor Wolski would like to say something as well.
It's a great honor to be here and represent the University of Technology. And I would say that the students make a great job. So I would like to congratulate them and all the participants. And also I would like to thank the jury and organizing committee for the appreciated the students. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now I would like to ask for a few words, Professor Sami Maki. First of all, special thanks to the professor because we have received many proposals from Sciences Po Lille. Sami, you are with us?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Dorota. Yes, actually, we decided that it was a chance for everyone to participate in this wonderful event. So thank you very much, and congratulations to all the finalists and participants, but more precisely to Sarah and Otwan. I'm very glad they did it. They are very dedicated and they did a wonderful job. So congratulations for you. Just a word to say that I'm so glad to be here with you. Actually, for the third time, and apparently there will be a fourth time, maybe, because I think it's a wonderful exercise, really bridging the gap between academia, practitioners, and decision makers. So I think it's so important to be able to identify new talents for the future. So at Sciences Po Lille, we're very fond of it, and we'd be glad to be part of the future challenges as well. So once again, thank you very much for organizing that event, and all the best for the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sami. I would like to say something more to our winners and actually to all the participants of this challenge, which is a part of Pact for Skills initiative. I would like to tell you that from an idea to implementation is usually a long way, and many aspects have to be taken into consideration to be sure that the proposed solution is good and effective to be implemented. It may also happen that during in-depth analysis and further tests, the idea changes and become a completely new solution. But that is what research and development is all about. And everything starts from an idea. So first of all, I wish you to have many ideas which you can check, which you can test, which you can develop into very good solutions. Again, congratulations to all of you for so interesting ideas. I wish you many successes in your professional career and personal life. And remember to do in your life what you love and enjoy every little achievements, because small steps can lead you to great things. Congratulations again to everyone. We have also received congratulations from Michelle Duberry. Thank you for this. So I'm passing this congratulations. And now it's time to talk about the next edition of the challenge. As Sami said, yes, it is true. We have the 4th edition of the challenge, and it will be presented by Irene Szpada. Irene, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I can share my screen. So, okay, I'm Irene Szpada from the University of Pisa, and we will organize the new edition of the European Defence Challenge. And it is an honor for me today to open this challenge. The new edition of the challenge will be based on the results of the technologies and skills analysis that we perform each year in the Assets Plus project. And this year we want to focus on the transversal capabilities that are requested in the defense industry, focusing on this topic. So the title is Leading Through Complexity, Effective Management in Defense Environment. And so the proposal will address strategy and approaches to deal with the complexity and the uncertainty that characterize the projects and the operations of defense industry. Indeed, as Andreas before explained to us, the development of cutting-edge technologies requires many tools and methods to properly exploit the potential of the technologies, and it is necessary to leverage on a combination of methods, so both data-driven and expert-driven. And so the aim of this 4th edition is to let students propose methods, strategies, and approaches to deal with such complexity, considering technology management, data management, dual-use management to foster the collaboration among the civil domain and the defense one. The timeline for this edition. The timeline for this edition include for sure today as we opened the challenge, and then we will have in April the launch event, and later on in May the deadline of the 1-page submission, in October the deadline of the 10-page submission, and in November the awards ceremony. In this long journey, we will support you with some webinars about writing a report, and the idea is to go from the theoretical aspect of writing to the support of AI-powered tools such as generative AI to better provide the report in this kind of challenge. Then Another webinar will address the lesson learned, so the tips and tricks from the previous edition, both from teachers, from experts, and also from the winners. So the winners will not end their job with the today awards ceremony, but they will be involved also later on. And finally, we will have also some webinar about the topic itself, and so the management for defense, in order to understand which are the tools and the strategy to deal with complexity and uncertainty. For the prizes, we will have the publication of the best students' works on the Assets Plus webpage and challenges, some diploma and awards such as the one of this edition, and then a special mention from young students. So we hope to engage a lot of young talent in this forthcoming edition. And that's all from my side. So stay tuned for all the details for the launch event. You will find all of the information on our website.
Thank you very much, Irene. I see that the topic is very interesting because we already have a comment that the topic is very good. So we are glad. As Irene said, the topic came from deep analysis we have made in the frame of the Assets Plus project. So we are waiting for the proposals for the next challenge. Now I will give the floor to Gualtiero Fantoni to say some final remarks about the challenge, our work, the ceremony. Gualtiero.
So first of all, congratulations to the students and to their teachers. I think that they anticipated also some topics of the future challenge. We analyzed through their work the possibility of using statistical approach for fighting the crime at Earth level. We saw how it is possible to improve the security from space with nanosatellites, but the problem is also coordination and specialization of them. Moreover, we see that also physical assets like cables, submarine cables, are very important to be protected and secured with maybe a solution software-based. Finally, the youngest students propose something that is phygital, so half digital, half physical, to be integrated together. And all of them demonstrated that the problem could be addressed from different perspectives, and it is the goal of the next challenge. But I would like to say something to your professors, that we are working also to challenge them, because the same title will be the title for a special issue that we hope to issue soon. So not only the student will be challenged, but also their professor, and the winner will be, we don't know, okay? So see you then, enjoy the journey, because it is more important what you learn and the first derivative of the learning with respect to the final result. That is just the consequence of what you learned. Thank you and see you next year.
Thank you very much, Gualtiero. Congratulations again to all. And thank you very much to all students that they have been submitted their work. You will find the information about the next challenge on the project website. And of course, we will share the information in social media, for example, in LinkedIn. And our partners also will share the information on their own websites. So you will see the information on the websites of different universities. We will contact you as well. We will send you emails as we have your emails. So we will take this advantage and we will share the information, more information about the next challenge. Of course, we will invite you for our seminars. We will invite you for different meetings organized for our students to help them to prepare good proposal for the next challenge. Every contribution is very welcome from any European university students. Whoever can contribute is more than welcome. Also, you are welcome to be a member of our reviewer team. You can assign as associated stakeholder through our website. Associated stakeholder is someone or an organization who would like to support us somehow, for example, by disseminating information about the challenge and about the project, and be in touch with us and to see what's going on in our project, in our challenge. You can have only the benefits of being our associated stakeholders. You will have access to the courses we offer. You can participate in the webinars, the seminars we are offering. You can be our experts. You can be a reviewer in the European Defence Challenge as well. We can collaborate for better future of the Europe. So you are welcome to be a part of our group. Thank you very much to everybody for being here, for your work, and see you next time. Congratulations again to our winners.